Hi, I'm Andy Rizzico.
And I'm Erica Usry.
And welcome to
After the Mix.
That's right. We are here joined by Courtney Jones. She's the Health Services Manager for the City of St. Louis Department of Health. And, you know, St. Louis, we're always having to deal with Budweiser and burgers and we're doing unhealthy things. What's something the city is doing to help us be healthier?
Well, last week, April 13th through 17th, we had Show Me You Can Quit Week. It's our smoking awareness week. And our whole message to area residents is that if you're ready to quit smoking, now is the time. So the City of St. Louis Department of Health got along and partnered with about 20 other agencies, anti-smoking health organizations, and we're putting out the message that there are resources available if you really want to quit. So we put out all the statistics, all the information about the dangers of smoking, and we try to link any residents who are ready to quit with the free resources out there for them.
Nice.
And you can always see the side effects of smoking. What amazes me is you can kind of see the side effects of smoking. When people get to see their voices change, they talk like this. Does that change behavior? Do people have that personal experience, or does that even matter?
Well, on average, it takes about 8 to 11 quit attempts before someone is successful. But people have to keep in mind that there's free resources that they can use. At the health department, we provide free classes in partnership with our community health clinics. In fact, we just finished up one. We use freedom from smoking curriculum from the American Lung Association. It's about 8 weeks, and so we teach people the skills and the techniques that they might need to quit smoking.
So have we seen over your past research a decrease or a decline in smokers, or has it been kind of steady? What has your research shown?
I wish it went down. Steadily over 30, 20 years, yes, it's been going down. But we still have about 27% of our city residents, our adult city residents, who are smoking. So that's about 68,000 people.
Wow. And it accounts for a lot of the deaths that we have annually, which is pretty alarming.
Definitely. So the 3 leading causes of death for the city, heart disease, cancer, stroke, they account for about 50% of all deaths in the city. Wow. Smoking contributes to every single one.
Oh my goodness.
Now, how does vaping work into this whole thing? Because it's kind of a new phenomenon. Everybody's got these little machines.
They even have like vaping bars and things like that I've seen. So, how does that fit into this?
Well, the verdict is still out on it.
None of this hasn't been out long enough, I guess.
But for the most part, they aren't regulated by the FDA, which is dangerous. And because they're not regulated, we don't know exactly what chemicals are in what people are vaping or breathing in. So that's just a danger in itself.
Right.
That's the smoke alarm for somebody smoking.
That's a lot of times why I'm not on the bandwagon of things like new technologies that come out. I'm like, let's wait a couple years to make sure they get all the kinks out of it before.
And people use it to try as a step down from smoking, but really we're finding that people just don't stop. They keep vaping or they go back to smoking.
Wow. So St. Louis has done a few things to help combat smoking, like the Smoke-Free Air Act of 2009.
Yes. Also,
the smoking cessation classes that you were kind of mentioning earlier. If you want to tell us a little bit about those classes.
Once again, it's 8-week session. Mm-hmm. We have quite a few facilitators. We deal with the physical, mental, emotional, social aspects of smoking. And we give people coping tips, skills that they can use to avoid their triggers, and the curriculum that we use is evidence-based.
I want to know, we enacted the whole smoking ban in restaurants and bars a couple of years ago. Have you noticed any changes with people smoking, and has that changed behavior at all, or is it just drove people to go to establishments that do allow it and things like that?
Well, it's made for a more pleasant environment if you're a non-smoker. So for the most part, all of our public businesses and workplaces in the city are smoke-free, except for hotels and casino gaming areas and places you can buy your vape cartridges and things like that. We still have about 130 or so businesses that have an exemption to that ban, but those are going to expire January 1st of next year, 2016.
So we're going to have all restaurants, all bar, everything's going to be 100% smoke-free.
We will be a smoke-free city.
Yeah, coming from a non-smoker, I'm an advocate for that, so I actually love that idea. But
Is that typical of most major cities, or are we kind of the first?
I wish we were the first. This is my home city. I wish we were the first, but no, we're just following the trend.
That's incredible. And any last words on the whole smoking week that we're putting off here?
Just know that there are free resources out there. If you want to quit, the time is now. Talk to your doctor, your healthcare provider about the resources you can get. You can call the Missouri Quit line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, for any other free resources. You can call us at the health department for classes at 657-1476. And just remember that it's going to take a while. If you're committed, you can do it. And if you combine counseling with nicotine replacement therapy like the patch, you're going to be more successful. But it's going to take commitment and time.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Courtney Jones, manager of the Health Services in City St. Louis. We'll be right back with more after the mix, just after this.
And welcome back to After the Mix. Joining us now is Jon Erickque and Uyama Umana.
Uyama.
Sorry, I knew I was going to mess that up. But she is the wonderful entertainment manager for Mood Swings Enterprises. And we have a pretty cool event coming up, the Rebirth Lifestyle Fashion event.
Correct.
So if you guys want to tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Rebirth Fashion Show is a show that I created with Uyama in conjunction with the documentary that I'm working on called The Rebirth. And recently I was diagnosed back in August of having non-Hodgkin lymphoma cancer. And going through that process, it kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of different things, and I got involved with LLS. They were giving me, helping me get back and forth to chemo treatments and things like that. And when it was done, I had to tell them to stop. I was like, look, I don't need any more help, just stop. And so they touched me in a way that I wanted to give them something back as well. So we created the Rebirth Fashion Show, and that's kind of where we're at with the fashion show and the documentary working on kind of together.
Nice. So I know that the proceeds from the fashion show actually go towards the charity for leukemia and lymphoma, correct?
Yes, all the proceeds will go to LLS. Again, they do so much. They do so much for us, like getting the people with cancer gas vouchers, food, chemotherapy. It costs like anywhere from $35,000 to $45,000 per month. That's almost a month. Each treatment can run anywhere from like one shot could be almost $5,000 to $6,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah. So they're very much so helping, and then they also help people with understanding what goes along with cancer, or how to kind of keep calm and things of that nature. So it's a really good organization.
So does the documentary also include some of that? I mean, you having gone through it, is it kind of that focus is you surviving it, and maybe that helps people, or what's the focus of the documentary?
The documentary is actually, it does focus on a little bit on the cancer, and it's just getting over and making people more aware of themselves. Because me personally, I wasn't aware. I was one of those people, I work in entertainment for over 15 years, so I get a headache, I'm like, let me take a pill, and I'm just gonna keep on pushing. I have to get to this gig, I gotta do this work. When in reality, I probably should have been going to the doctor, keeping better care. We're always worried about the outside and not necessarily the inside. So I want people to become aware, but I also want people to know through the documentary that it's okay. That it's okay, no matter what problem you've had in your life, no matter what obstacle you're going through, it's okay. It's always a chance for a rebirth, a restart, a renew, as long as you continue to work on the goals set for you.
Wow, So we see kind of the inspiration behind it. So Uyama, I heard before the show that you're kind of the brains behind the operation and getting things in order.
Right.
So how did you guys connect and get this fashion show, going?
Well, actually, Jon has been my friend for several years. So after the initial shock, of his diagnosis, and you want to be supportive. And one of the things that we kept talking about is how to keep going. And so when we connected, part of the conversation was how through this experience have you become better, and about renewal, even in the midst of difficult or trying times. And so we kept talking about being reborn and renewal. And then we were talking further about the show and what we were going to do together, what event we were going to do together. And so it kind of culminated into Rebirth Lifestyle of Fashion.
She's probably the only person that believed in the dream of what was going to happen, even when it was like the bleakest. I mean, I was like in the hospital bed, like, we're going to do this fashion show, we're going to do this, and we're going to do all those type of things. And everybody else like, you're crazy, you're not going to do this. But while I was sick and everything, she actually did help me pull it through. I could not have done any of this, including sitting here with you all today, if it hasn't been for her. She's like awesome.
So what's your role, Uyama, with the whole show? What do you get to do when the fashion show happens? What is your role in that?
Mine is everything behind the scenes. So I will be looking nice, very busy, doing a whole lot of running around, making sure everything's in place, all the designers are happy and have what they need, as well as, all the wonderful people that we're going to share that evening with.
So, tell us a little bit more about the show. Like, when will it be? How can people buy tickets?
It's going to be May 9th, Saturday, May 9th. It's going to be at the Crown Plaza downtown. That's on 4th Street. The show starts
from 5 until approximately 8:30, and it will be under the arch, so it'll be the whole top level of the Crown Plaza. And tickets are available whether calling me 314-326-5107, or also on Eventbrite, or you can find Mood Swings on Facebook. You can also find Jon Erickque on Facebook. Inbox for tickets. They're available now.
Perfect. And I also noticed that you had VIP tickets available.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what comes along with that purchase.
Well, part of what comes along with the VIP is, of course, premium seating, as well as swag bags, as well as other giftings from our sponsors, as well as 2 hours hors d'oeuvres, also drinks. Of course, you gotta have drinks. And then it's also going to be an artist mingle where we're going to have live band, as well as Ivy Jacobs and several other entertainers are going to do the artist mingle for the VIP.
All right. Well, I think we're just about out of time, so thanks so much for being here, both of you. Hope the show goes really well.
Yes.
And good luck with all the recovery.
Thank you. No, well, we're all good.
Oh, good
no,
now.
good luck.
Great.
We're good. We'll have to watch the documentary, okay? We're good.
Perfect.
Well, thanks so much for watching. Check in next time on the Daily Mix. It's weekdays at 8 p.m. right here on STL TV. Until next time, we'll see you.
See you then.
See you. It's a good job.
Yeah.